Hey, what's up, solar family? It's James here. Hopefully you're doing amazing. In this video, I want to go over the 5 steps on how to sell your deals virtually. But before I dive into it, if you haven't scheduled your free solar strategy call yet, make sure you do that, right? Especially if you want to get in the solar industry, or you want a lower red line, or you're looking to grow your business, make sure you book your free solar strategy call. It's going to be a pop-up right above this video. So what I want to do first is define what virtual sales means to me and what I teach all of our students. Virtual sales means that you're going to sell the deal via Zoom meeting, via GoToMeeting. So it's going to be some sort of software where you're going to have an online presentation. They're going to see you and you're going to be able to see the homeowner. That's my definition of virtual sales. I know some folks define virtual sales or mobile sales more like a phone conversation, right? They're gonna call, virtually. For me personally, just to clear it up, and again, everybody has their own definition. What I teach our students is, going on a Zoom or a GoToMeeting or some sort of software where they can see you and you can see them, right? So there's 5 steps to closing all your deals virtually. And maybe some of these steps, especially step number 1, it may be difficult for you, meaning that step number 1 is online leads. So this can be leads that you personally generate online, or it can be leads that you purchase from a lead generation company. Obviously, it's going to take an investment. If you want to do full virtual online sales, it's going to require you to buy leads from a lead generation company, or again, like I said, you're going to have to generate them yourself. But there's other ways where you're going to basically do more like hybrid virtual sales, meaning that you don't have the finances right now to purchase leads or to run ads on your own. So what you're going to do is you're going to go knock on doors, right? Because doors are absolutely free. And with those leads that you generate at the door, the call to action with the homeowner is you're going to do a virtual sale, right? Or a virtual close or virtual presentation, right? So it's more of a hybrid, especially when you're starting out and if you don't have the finances right now to invest in leads, because it's critical for you to eventually have an exit plan if you're currently knocking doors right now. Because a lot of folks that don't have an exit plan from the doors to more 100% virtual sales, they get stuck knocking on doors for a very long time, right? It could be months, it could be years down the road. So make sure that you have a plan, an exit plan on how you can eventually go from door to door, right? And selling those deals that you get at door virtually to 100% online. And the second step to being able to sell everything virtually is you need to have a high converting sales presentation / slide deck, right? So a actual presentation, a PowerPoint presentation or whatnot. You have to be really, really visual with the homeowner, because again, you're gonna lose the personal touch a bit, right? Because you're not gonna be inside a homeowner's house. So you need to be able to show visuals so you can actually show the homeowner the total value of solar, right? Because you don't wanna waste your leads that you have, because selling face-to-face is gonna be completely different to selling online. Because this is probably gonna be the biggest misconception that, a lot of reps think that, the presentation that I use face-to-face is gonna be the same exact thing that I use during my Zoom meeting, right? There has to be a little twist to it. It's gonna be a little bit different. There's some nuances and things of that nature when you're doing it online that you need to implement in your business, because you will start losing conversions, right? When you're selling the deals virtually. So you need to have a really high converting sales presentation. And there's also things that you need to implement to build the rapport with your homeowner. Because obviously when you're doing face-to-face, it's a lot easier to build a rapport, right? You're petting the dog, you're looking at, pictures and paintings on the wall. Hey, that's a good painting right there. Oh, it looks like you have kids and family. So it's easier because there's visuals there for you to see to build rapport. So when you're on a Zoom meeting, the only thing you see is this, right? A small little frame of the homeowner's face. So you need a strategy to build rapport and make sure that you have a really high converting slide deck. The third step that you need to sell your deals virtually is you need the ability to sign all the documents, the install agreement, the loans. You need a way to do it all electronically, right? Like a DocuSign. So obviously you're not gonna be at a homeowner's house and they can't, put paper on ink or whatnot. So you need a software like DocuSign or other, softwares that gives the homeowner the ability to sign all the documents online. And you're also gonna need a finance company that has the ability to pre-approve your homeowners right there on the spot online, right? So make sure that you have the software in place, because again, you don't wanna close a deal and you're gonna tell Mr. and Mrs. Smith that you're gonna go back to their house and bring all the documents with you for them to sign it, right? You want the ability to DocuSign all the paperwork that needs to be signed right then and there. The fourth step that you need is you need a national install partner, right? Because when you start generating leads online, it doesn't necessarily have to be in your local market. This is the big misconception as well with folks that want to buy leads, right, from lead generation companies. They're like, hey, it has to be within 10 to 15 miles of my local vicinity. The great thing is if you have a national installer, that lead can come from anywhere that national installer can install solar, right? I'm currently here in Dallas right now, but the leads that we get can be in Dallas, which is great. It could be in Florida, it could be in the Carolinas, it could be in California, or anywhere in between, just as long as we have a national install partner that can actually install solar where that homeowner is at, then it doesn't matter where the lead comes from, right? So make sure that you have a national installer as well. The fifth and final step is you need a CRM to manage your pipeline. This is a big one, especially when you're buying leads, because you're gonna invest thousands of dollars to get these leads online. And what consultants normally do is, they cherry pick from the homeowners that are gonna close right now, which is great, right? Obviously, there are a percentage of homeowners from those leads that you buy that's gonna close like right this minute, but that's a very, very small percentage. So what you need to have is a CRM so you can manage all the other leads that didn't close, right? Because you're gonna get caught up in this rat race of getting more leads every month, especially if you don't know how to manage it. So imagine if you're able to get 100 leads from a lead generation company, and this is just an arbitrary number, if you're able to get 100 leads and you close 3 of those leads from the 100, what typical consultants would do is they would just wait for the next batch of 100 to come in, right? They're gonna wait for the next 100 leads to come in, and now they forget about the other 97 leads that they didn't close. So imagine being able to put those leads into a machine and having a machine to follow up for you. Because I know it's really hard to follow up with homeowners, right? I wanna say 90+% of consultants don't have a CRM. They're really, really poor at follow-ups. And as you know, your wealth, right? Your wealth is gonna come from the follow-up. So make sure that you have a robust CRM to manage these leads, to manage your pipeline, right? So you can do everything virtually. Because again, you don't wanna start buying leads and then from there, you just don't know how to manage it. And all these things has to be put in place before you start purchasing leads, right? It's like, when you first build a business, like for example, if you have a retail shop and you're selling, clothes, you wanna make sure everything's set up, right? You don't open up the doors to your retail shop without any kind of inventory, right? You need a cash register, you need those, clothes hangers, you need hangers, you need the actual clothes that you're gonna sell. And unfortunately, a lot of consultants that don't have any coaches or mentors, they basically open up their retail store with nothing in it, right? It's just a warehouse. And they're wondering and scratching their head, why am I not able to take it to the next level? Why am I struggling every single month to generate leads, to close deals? Because you don't have a good foundation in place. And a lot of times it's not your fault, because I know you're only gonna be as good as your coach. And a lot of times when you're getting in this industry, your coach is the consultant that just started 2 weeks ago, right? That's not so successful themselves, because at the end of the day, you can only grow as much as your coach. If your coach only knows how to knock doors, that's all you're pretty much gonna do, right? If your coach doesn't use a CRM and they manage their leads using maybe an Excel spreadsheet or their notebook, that's probably what you're gonna do. So my suggestion to you to level up is to learn from folks that's already been there, done that, so you can take your business to the next level, right? So these are the strategies to close deals online virtually. And keep in mind, when you're starting out, you may have to do it, more hybrid. Like what I talked about earlier, right? You may not be able to invest in online leads right now, which is absolutely fine, but just make sure that you have an exit strategy from door knocking to actually selling everything virtually. And as you already know, the world is heading to more virtually, right? On how we transact with each other, how we communicate with each other. So might as well get ahead of the curve. Make sure that you use all these strategies. And if you need more coaching, you need more help, or maybe you want to get in the solar industry, or maybe you already are in the solar industry and you're just spinning your wheels, make sure you book your free solar strategy call. It's going to pop up right above this video. Book your call. We would love to help you level up to the next level. Other than that, have an amazing day. Goodbye for now. Peace.